How you doing? Just thought I would check in on all you homeschoolers. Uh, See that wine glass there? It's half full though, so sincerely wanted to check in. Hope everybody's doing well, staying healthy. I wanted to really touch base on a couple of things that I think have come out over the last week that are important, and I wanted to give you some tractable things that you can be doing at home. I put out a couple of other videos last week. Go ahead and refer to those if you haven't seen those. But just really in reference and to kind of get right into this, it seems to me that most of the news cycles are obsessed with body counts at this point. That's disturbing, to say the least. I think that there's a lot of things going on, right? But fear is not the cure. I might have to trademark that. Fear is not the cure, okay? I feel like we're watching kind of a bad horror movie, but welcome to my paradigm, right? This is something that for years, I swear, I feel like I look through this lens, and as a chiropractor, a holistic chiropractor, I obviously have a different way of looking at things and health in general. But for years, I felt like I'm watching a bad horror movie play out in front of me, and people keep making these awful decisions, right, regarding their health. It's kind of like, I think it was a Geico commercial years ago that I think you can look it up on YouTube. It was about a faux pas or whatever on a horror movie, and they're like, "Well, let's run to the attic. No, let's run to the basement. Why don't we jump in that running car?" Right? And they're like, "No, let's go to the shed full of chainsaws." To which the chainsaw massacre takes off his goalie mask and is looking at him like, "You guys are nuts," right? This is kind of the way I'm looking out at the world, and as far as healthcare is concerned on the daily, and even worse now, right? Fear is not the cure. Running home from the boogeyman is like running to the attic or running to the basement, because everybody knows any good horror movie or bad horror movie, we watch them run around, run in fear for 2 hours before they pick up the knife or the machete or whatever weapon, and they fight back, right? So we hear news cycles talking body counts, but there's not really any other than go wash your hands and social distancing. Like, that's the best advice we have in 2020. It's the 21st century, guys. We talk about, we have, A-level immune system people here that aren't even going to get a single symptom from the virus because it won't even touch them, right? To, it's going to kill you. Why aren't we spending those same news cycles saying, hey, you know what? Instead of like just scaring the hell out of you, let's talk about how to build a A-level immune system over here. Why don't we do that? I mean, if the threat is really that severe and that true, why aren't we exhausting absolutely every single possible measure to build A-level immune systems? Why isn't our focus on that? Running home, running away from the boogeyman isn't going to solve anything. And A-level immune systems aren't chance, like that's not a lottery. That's done. You look at any level of fitness or health, like that's a choice. The same as it's a choice to not work out. The same as it's a choice to roll through McDonald's for the 10th time this week, right? Do you know that the fast food industry typically, or rather routinely, outpaces the S&P 500 in financial markets? Like, don't we know it's bad for you? Like, why do you keep doing it? Why do you keep eating that crap, right? You're not invincible. It's going to catch up with you. Same thing here. Like, for years, I'm shouting from the rooftops, like, hey, be proactive in your health. Let's practice prevention, right? Brush and floss your teeth, the dentists say, to prevent decay and cavities and problems. We live in the sickest industrialized nation due to the behaviors that we practice every single day. And if we don't wake up, it's not going to get any better, right? Choices have consequences. You can have bad consequences or you can have good consequences. But ultimately, everything you decide to do or not do matters, okay? So this keeps running through my head, and I'm thinking, well, how do I tell you, or how do I help you build an A-level immune system? Well, I do it in my office all the time. I put videos out last summer talking about, I mean, at the forefront of nutritional science, the testing, the genetics, the food sensitivities, right? CRP levels, inflammation cycles. We know a heck of a lot as far as nutrition goes and how that relates to health. We can test for all that. You don't have to guess about your diet anymore. You don't have to guess about what foods are good for you, what foods to avoid. That stuff is all figured out. And I've got the kits right here. Plainview, Texas, okay? Simple. You order it from home, or the tests we do here, but you can order the supplementation from home. Last week I mentioned get on vitamin D3, right? That's a really, really important one. But to be honest, like an A-level immune system, you're not gonna get that level of vitamin D at CVS or Walmart, okay? You need clinical levels of D vitamins. B complex vitamins, because it boosts the mitochondria within the cell, which decreases inflammation and increases immune function, okay? So we need to be building immune systems at a cellular level right now. And your Centrum Silvers or whatever, not to beat up on them, but like that's not a clinical dosage. It's not a clinical level of vitamins. It's not enough. It's better than nothing, right? But it's really not enough to be building these high level immune systems that really we look at some of these things and just like not worried about it, right? Do your due diligence, okay? This is not to say like, oh my gosh, you don't have to worry about anything. Listen to the officials, listen to those in charge, right? Do your social distancing, stay home the best you can. 500 people at the grocery store at the same time is not social distancing, okay? So be smart, okay? And at the same time, like, don't spend this whole time in fear either, right? This is gonna pass. We'll get through this thing. We have to really, frankly, keep faith. Where's your faith? Faith is being tested in a lot of people right now. I'm comfortable with knowing where I'm going, and like I'm not afraid of this thing. I'm not. Stay on offense, though. Running home and hiding from the boogeyman's a bad horror movie, okay? You gotta exercise, you gotta eat right, you gotta be getting your rest and your sleep, and don't drink excessive alcohol, right? All these things that you shouldn't really have to say, just do them, okay? Be disciplined about it. Anyway, I'll be coming forward with a lot more content here in the next couple of days. Been working on a lot of stuff here, kind of behind the scenes. Be bringing you some more info available. If you want to do any of the testing or get some supplements, vitamins, we're stacked. We are loaded up. I've got cases full of stuff. So call, ask if you have questions or concerns about anything. We're here for you. Stay safe. I appreciate you. See you soon.